I did try drinking, but I never really got to enjoy as much as I used to see my friends enjoying drinking, you know. Not to say that I didn't drink, but I feel like, and I also felt at that time that I wasn't enjoying like other people. And then of course I would go to clubs every weekend. We're going out, we're doing things. And I remember even when I would be in club dancing, I would hear the voice of the Holy Spirit asking me if I came back. I felt Jesus ask me, if I came back right now, would you go with me? Hello everybody, welcome to the beloved channel. My name is Loise Kiiri. Thank you for the new subscribers, and if you're new here, you haven't subscribed yet, welcome first of all, and I urge you to just go ahead and subscribe for more videos. I wanted to do a quick video and just talk about the journey of salvation. I have had a lot of people saying that salvation is boring and it has a lot of restrictions, and there's nothing you can do fun. You are constricted from doing a lot of things. And honestly, I see where some of the people would think that way, but what I have come to learn is that those things that you think are restricting you from having fun, when God tells us, hey, do not do this, I've come to realize that He asks us not to do some things for our own benefit. So it's not like God anakuambia, hey, don't smoke just because He doesn't want you to have fun. So if He tells you don't smoke, you know, smoking can lead to cancer. It can lead to health problems. So the things that God is asking you not to do, it's not because He doesn't want you to have fun, and it's not because that he is such a strict God and He doesn't want you to enjoy your life. It's because He loves you so much and He wants you to have a longer life here on earth, and He loves you more than you will ever think or imagine. So when I was at my younger days, I used to think salvation is so boring, and I thought, just like some of you are thinking, that it has a lot of restrictions, and I wasn't ready to give my life to God. And I did my share of partying and doing everything that I wanted. I remember, first of all, when I turned 21, before I turned 21, I told God, you know what, this is the time for me to enjoy, like to fully enjoy my life, and I'll do everything I've never done before. And I was like, I'm gonna start smoking. I was thinking even who I can, you know, connect with that can help me smoke weed, you know, all sorts of things. I wanted to try everything that I've never tried before, but the Lord got hold of me before I got to that point. Let me just go back a little bit. So when we moved here in the US, of course, just like everybody else, I was a teenager, and there was, first of all, big culture shock. Second of all, there was a lot of things that I got to enjoy here than I did back home. A lot of things that, you know, were easy for me to get compared to back home in Kenya. So I went wild. As a teenager, I was very rebellious. I might not look like it, but I was very, very, very rebellious. And you know, I did all sorts of things, and I feel bad now when I look back, because I gave my parents a lot of heartache. but of course they have forgiven me. But I guess that was necessary. That had to happen so that God can get me to the point of surrender. Because even when I was having fun, when I was being rebellious and I was doing all these things, I had a lot of downfalls, and I was always stressed out, and I didn't have a happy, like a fully, like your happy moments. I had some of them, but not all the times, and I used to wonder, why is it that I'm not enjoying some of these things like everybody else? I first of all, and not to be holier than thou, I did try drinking, but I never really got to enjoy as much as I used to see my friends enjoying drinking. Not to say that I didn't drink, but I feel like, and I also felt at that time that I wasn't enjoying like other people. And then of course I would go to clubs every weekend. We're going out, we're doing things. And I remember even when I was when I would be in club dancing, I would hear the voice of the Holy Spirit asking me if I came back. I felt Jesus ask me, if I came back right now, would you go with me? And that would scare me for a moment, and then I would go sit down. And then when a good song comes back on, or the DJ plays my song, I'll be back on the dance floor. And I feel like God really, he speaks to us even when you're busy sinning. Like, he's always speaking to us. And have you ever noticed that, especially when you're doing something you know very well that you shouldn't do, that's when you hear him the loudest? Because that's when you know very well what you're doing, it's not the right thing, but you still do it because it's bringing you pleasure, But yeah, I did everything like everybody else. And then I had a life-changing dream that changed my life completely. I used to have dreams about rapture when I was young. They would scare me for a moment. I would get saved that day when I had that dream, and then the next moment I have forgotten and I'm back to my normal self. But now this time, this dream was life-changing. It was so transforming, and the Lord actually told me he was giving me a second chance. And when I woke up, I gave my life to Christ. Since then, my life has been honestly, I have really had a good time in the Lord. I know it's easy to say that salvation is smooth and come to the Lord, everything will be fine. It's true, there's so many things, like God has prepared a lot of things for you. Like, he has so many blessings that he has bestowed on you, and as you walk through this journey, you actually encounter those blessings. But there are also so many ups and downs, and you just have to be strong. You just have to continue walking with the Lord and not giving up, not looking back. I once heard someone say, you cannot drive your car when you're looking back, using your side mirrors. So you can be driving, you're moving forward, at the same time you're looking backwards, because what will happen? You will crash. So every time when you look back, there is a possibility you will crash, But not to say that this journey is easy. It is not easy. It's not the easiest, but it has so much reward. Knowing God is the best thing. It's the best decision you can ever make in your life. I know I have said this before, but there was someone who used to tell me, there are two most important decisions that you'll ever make in your life. Not to say that those are the only two decisions that are most important, but some of those important decisions that you will ever make in your life, those two are like the very top, the most important decisions. First of all is giving your life to Christ, and second of all, choosing who you will marry, because this is a long time partner that you will be with the rest of your life. So I just want to challenge you and ask you this question. Right now, if God forbid, if you were to pass on to the next life, if you were to die, I do want to use the word die, but if you were to pass on to the next life, where would you go? Would you go to heaven or would you go to hell? And most likely you are young. You're telling God, I'm still young. I want to enjoy life. I have no time for you right now. Let me just first put my act together and then I will come to you when I'm ready. But the amazing thing is, He doesn't want you to put your act together for you to come to Him. He wants you right now. Like, He wants you. If you were to give your life to Him now, it would be even the best thing than having to wait until you work on yourself and then you give your life to Christ. Because if you do that, if you say, let me give my life, let me work on myself, and then I'll come to you when I'm ready, when I know I am pure and I'm holy, then that's gonna be your self-effort. Pretty much, you're not allowing the Lord to work on you. So He will take you just however you are. In whichever manner that you're in right now, He will definitely take you. So make a decision to know who God is. I know there's a lot of people worship different gods. I feel like we have made a lot of idols, but the one thing I can challenge you, and it talks, it's in the Bible too. The Bible talks about this. If you worship an idol that as human being we have created with our hands, for example, if you mold a sculpture and you worship it, how is it powerful? Like, how can that be a god? What else? You're the one who created it. Is that making sense? Like, I don't understand, and maybe someone can help me understand this, but there's no way I can make this remote. Someone has made this remote with their own hands. It did not make itself. But then I take this remote and I say, you're my God, and I start worshiping it. It doesn't have a brain. It doesn't talk. It doesn't have any powers. So it's ridiculous. And please forgive me when I use it. I'm not trying to be harsh. It's ridiculous to start worshiping this, and it's something I have created out of my own hands. So if you worship idols, I challenge you to reach out higher, to higher powers, and that is God. And maybe they are not those who are worshiping such idols. There are some who are worshiping the moon, the sun, and other idols. But just reach out to God and ask God, God, if you're real, prove to me that you're real. And the other thing I can ask you, the God that you worship, does he or she nowadays I hear there are people who say my God is a she. Well, let me ask you this, does he or she talk to you? Does he or she take you out of trouble? Does he or she take you, give you directions and steps on what to do? Just ask yourself those questions. And if all your answers are no to those questions, then reach out to God. Say, God, if you're real, if you don't believe there is a higher power, if you believe this is who God is, and this cannot talk to you, just talk to God and tell God, if you're real, prove yourself to me. You can even ask for signs. If you feel like you're not hearing God, just ask for signs. You can tell God, because even there are some people in the Bible who asked God for signs, like Gideon. When he wanted to know for sure this is God speaking to him, he was like, God, if you're the one who is sending me, then when I go tonight to sleep, let these fleas in the morning when I wake up, let it be wet or full of dew, and the ground be completely dry. And the Lord did that. And he asked God the opposite now. He told God, I still want to make sure that it's you who's talking to me. He said, if it's still you, then make the ground wet with dew, and let this fleece be dry. And the Lord did that. So I'm telling you this to encourage you. You can ask God for signs. You can tell God, if I shouldn't date this person, then I'm asking you, God, to give me a sign. Let her just call me randomly and tell me, and break up with me. That's just an example I'm giving you. But ask God for signs. Tell him to reveal himself to you, and don't box him thinking he'll come in just a certain way. Just also be open-minded that he can respond back to you different ways, because the way God talks to me is not the same way he talks to another person. It's not the same way he talks to another, because he's a mysterious God. He's very interesting. He likes to keep things interesting, but overall he still speaks to all of us. So I just wanted to challenge you and ask you, please reach out to God and make that decision of giving your life to Jesus, if you haven't done so. And if you have done so, if you are you have given your life to God, now start seeking him. Strive to have an intimate relationship with him, because he loves you, and he doesn't want you to have a religion. He wants you to have true, genuine, intimate relationship with him. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Be blessed. Subscribe, share, and like, comment. Tell me what are your thoughts, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.